After watching the film back, what did you see from the whole offense, at Oklahoma?
I thought we were able to move the ball well. We did a lot of things that I'm really proud of as a unit. Obviously, our biggest thing just was being able to finish when we needed to, that's a team effort. That goes for everybody on the offense. We just got to finish better. So.
Do you feel like you're just kind of that one notch away from it all kind of coming together?
In a way, yeah. I think, like I said, I think we did a lot of things really well on Saturday. There's definitely some things that we'll be looking forward to clean up this week. But yeah, to your point, I think we're really close. We're really close to getting everything clicking, and it's gonna be good.
Coach talked about you guys having some urgency this week, coming off of a loss. What does that look like for you guys?
I think it's just the way we, our intent, the way we approach practice, the way we approach meetings and lift. After playing a big game like that, it can be easy to kind of fall into a lull. And I think that falls on the leadership on the team. Making sure that we're trying to be as intentional as possible when we go into meetings and going out to the practice field.
The timing with some of the receivers, you guys are rotating a lot. How's that coming along? And do you see any little areas to improve there?
I think our chemistry in general has been really great, just among the whole receiver room. I think it's been we're only 2 games into this, and I think 10+ guys have catches. That's something that I think is really impressive, and that I'm really proud of our receivers for doing so. It really is. I really do have a total confidence in when we put just about anybody out there, which is really cool and uncommon.
Jake seemed to have a big game for you. Just what did you see from his ability to get open and just kind of seemed like he was always in space there for you?
Yeah, no, Jake's the friendliest receiver I've ever played with. He's the whole package. He understands the game really, really well, and he's obviously very athletic. He's a great route runner. He understands when to sit in certain holes and when to keep going. He's been awesome, and I expect him to keep doing great things.
You guys have depth at running back so far this year. The first game it was LJ. The second game it was Jalen. What is it like kind of having a mixed group back there to impact everything?
It's great. I think it takes a bit of a load off of my shoulders knowing that we have a whole stable of guys who can control the game, just about any game that we play. I was obviously super proud of how we ran the ball on Saturday. We kept getting 5 yards, 4 yards. We didn't really find ourselves in too many 3rd and longs, which was great.
Offensive line kind of changed in front of you, kind of in a hurry. Just kind of what you see from those guys and kind of that ability, especially a guy like PJ, to move positions and kind of still play at a decently high enough level for you guys.
It was great. I think we obviously their front 4 was probably their biggest strength on defense. And we're 2 games into this year, and I don't think I've been sacked yet, which is really, really impressive, and a huge testament to those guys. And just like I said with the receivers, we have our starting 5 line that go out, but that next 5, there's really not much of a drop off or a difference at all. So seeing Sparks and PJ step up was really cool.
You guys being as competitive as you are or were in Norman with them, does that boost your confidence? I know you guys went in there wanting to win, but does the way you guys actually went out and competed boost the confidence?
I think if there's anything we take from that game is that we can play with anybody, for sure. We can play with anybody. I truly believe we had every opportunity to win that game. Obviously, huge testament to our defense. They kept us in it the whole game. We don't really take moral victories. We go in there expecting to win, no matter who we're playing. But my biggest takeaway from that is that we can play with anybody. So I feel confident going into the rest of this year.
You mentioned being intentional, but with that big game, TCU coming up, is there more of a mental thing to stay on top of it this week when maybe it's an opponent you could overlook or some teams might overlook?
Absolutely. I think it's never ever easy to win a college football game, no matter who you're playing. And watching Prairie on tape, there's a lot of things that they do really well. So I think, to your point, it's a really big week just for us to stay present. you know, win each day, win each practice, not try to look too far into the future, and like you said, just be intentional as possible.